On this episode of Hunting Squatch, the team takes a trip to the town of Idaho Falls, where local hunter and family man Ron Trosper has vanished in the surrounding forests. With no clues from search and rescue, locals have begun to blame a mysterious ape-like creature spotted nearby. Alan and the team now meet with Colt Landon, a local fisherman who claims to have seen the hairy suspect himself.
Have you ever seen a creature like this before?
I was fishing and I saw this thing and I looked over and it just grabbed a deer and ripped it in half, basically, like it wasn't even trying.
We also understand there's a missing hiker situation here. We have this case, Ron Trosper. Do you know anything about that?
No, but that guy's dead. I'm positive he's dead.
You don't think that he could still be alive? Some have stories of living among these creatures. People don't just vanish into thin air.
No, if he's with the creature that I saw, he's definitely not living with him. He's dead.
Alan, Lucy, and Chip now venture to Ron Trosper's last known location to see if they can discover any information that may lead to his safe return, or perhaps even first contact with the ape man.
Okay. Perimeter mics are set up. We're recording.
Great. I'm gonna map out the area or something.
Okay, Alan, looking at this picture, and it looks like it might be like 7 or 8 feet tall.
Look, this place is crawling with grizzlies. I doubt we're finding a Bigfoot around here, but best case scenario, a couple blurry images of some bears or something.
You carrying at least for the bears?
I'm always carrying.
Should we be talking like that in front of the camera?
Network doesn't really care. Just don't say anything about it to Chip. I think he kind of believes in this stuff. What you reading over there, bud?
Did you know that Sasquatches are naturally attracted to peanut butter?
Well, Butter's dead anyway, so I'm gonna go piss.
Right now? What if we hear something on the mics?
Dude, it'll be like 30-second stops. Relax.
I like this camera guy a lot better than the last guy.
Dumbass Bigfoot hunters always making me haul the gear. Masters in cinematography, my ass. Oh, what the hell? Oh, shit. Is that... you look like a Ron. Oh, jeez. What? Oh my God.
Alan, what are you doing?
Wow.
Yeah, they're dead. Those people are dead.
Hello and welcome to Horror Movie Talk. My name is Max, and with me today is not Bryce or Michaela, but my friend Max Medema, also Max, two Maxes, don't get confused.
Seeing double.
Yeah, this is a little different than our usual episodes. me and Max decided to do a project together. And I don't know, Matt, do you want to just real quick kind of talk about what we decided to do?
So Max Allen reached out to me and said, hey, me and Bryce were kind of exploring other avenues of the podcast. And one of these is we want to kind of support indie filmmaking. And Max and I actually met when we were both working at Target 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think it was short-lived. I think one of us quit right after.
Dude, I only worked at Target for like maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
I hated it.
And I remember I was like, this guy seems chill. And then there was one day we were on this like conveyor belt thing, and he's like, you like horror movies? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, we should watch horror movies together. And I'm like, oh, okay. And you know, I'm an adult. This is how we make friends. And then we just clicked immediately. And we started kind of a tradition for like a year or 2 years where we just meet up with our other buddy and we'd watch cool horror movies. And
yeah, that was the best thing that came out of that Target job.
Right.
How long did you stay at that, by the way, after I left?
Year and a half.
Dang.
Right? Too
Sucking
long.
the soul
and then
right out
then
of
I
you.
went back. I went to film school. I left for film school, and then it's almost like a toxic relationship. You go back to what's familiar.
Yeah.
As I'm in film school, I was like, oh, I need to work. So I worked their Target nights. So I was on film sets in the afternoons, going to school in the mornings, and the nights I was working. Yeah, it's bad. But we kind of, I mean, you introduced me to a lot of my now favorite horror movies.
I know. The first movie we ever got together, and we're totally off topic, by the way. We were going to tell you about the project we were working on, but the first movie that we watched together was Creep.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that. God, Creep has such a place in my heart because I think that was the first movie I ever saw. And it was so good to watch right before going into film school, where you realize just how much you can do with 2 people and a camera.
Yeah.
And my God, it was so good. It was more indie than all the stuff I'd been watching at the time. And then after that, we watched Martyrs. I think it was. What did you bring up?
It
Martyrs?
took a turn for the worse because we decided to just instead
Well, like, this
of
is like comedic horror, and then
we're like laughing our ass off with Creep, and then the next time we're just like no talking, silent women being abused.
Yeah, just. But they were both. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't just stick to one genre. You know, you see some people who they like horror and they don't venture outside the Conjuring universe. So, hey, we experiment. Anyway, back to the project. Sorry, Max reached out, said, hey, we'd love to support like an indie project. I had recently left the marketing firm I'm at. I started my own company, and I love doing videography, but my heart is always in creative projects. And so I was super excited when he asked me. And it's very rare in videography when people give you full creative freedom. And
I didn't want to. I there was a part, like, at first I was going to be like, let's do it together because I really wanted to be part of the creative process.
Yeah.
But I just got so busy, and over the time, you kept being like, hey, do you want to help with this? And I was like, no. You're good.
It was kind of cool. It's almost like the real movie industry. Max was the producer.
Yeah.
And I'd just tell him and I'd say, hey, what do you think of this? And he'd send back a thumbs up emoji. And then I'd just keep puttering away at it while working on other projects. But I wanted to do a script that was native to kind of here, Idaho. And one of the things that you hear people talk about, especially between here and Jackson and up in Alpine, is you get some Bigfoot sightings, and I don't think we really have any other cool cryptids aside from Bigfoot.
Dude, I remember one time when I was in college here, everyone was saying there was this cryptid, this like new cryptid that popped up in like Ammon.
No.
And it looked like a bunny with like a humanoid body, and it was
How
like
old
in
were
the
you when this was
sagebrush.
happening?
20.
And these were other 20-year-olds saying this?
Yes, it was like all over social media. People were saying like, dude, go up to Ammon. There's the thing. Like, I don't know what they called it. I don't remember what they called
Park
it.
your
But
car, dude. It's crazy.
I never saw it, but I do remember there was some talk in the town about that cryptid. And I don't know if you are, have you ever lived in Rexburg or near Rexburg?
No, but we.
Yeah, so I went to school in Rexburg, and there was like this, if you drive like 15 minutes out, like super creepy abandoned houses, like multiple of them.
Yeah.
And we would visit those on the weekends to scare ourselves.
Do the urban exploration.
Yeah. But yeah,
Stabbed by a homeless
Bigfoot would
guy.
probably be the biggest one in Idaho
Yeah.
because, I don't know, do we really not have our own local
Not really. And dude, okay, we're venturing into dangerous territory because in high school, this is unashamedly, like, this isn't like 12-year-old Max. This is like 16, 17. I was
You
like,
went hunting cryptids?
No, I wanted to be a cryptozoologist. I was like full blown, like, I'm pretty sure it's in a yearbook somewhere. And I'm like, I don't know where. I didn't even do well in biology. But I love studying. I did like debate presentations on cryptozoology and cryptids and how like it's not a hoax or anything, and I'm not a nerd for liking it. It's a real science.
So did you believe?
Not really. I loved it. I loved getting into it. But a lot of the stuff, I did believe in Bigfoot. Now I don't know where I stand.
Real quick, you told me to put the big part inside, right?
Yeah. Dude, it was outside for me for a little bit, so.
No, I just sorry to cut you off. You freaked me out because I saw that my mic was on different than yours.
The dude who told you to put the microphone on, I didn't do it right.
Anyways, I just had a mini heart attack. But
yeah. No, you're fine. Mine's probably.
What were you saying about the cryptids?
Yeah, we don't really have one for Idaho. Montana has one, and there's kind of like every other state has like their own Loch Ness Monster version. But we don't have anything like those.
I remember in Utah, Bear Lake's in Utah, right?
Idaho, Utah.
I think they have like a Loch Ness Monster type thing in the Bear Lake.
Yeah.
I guess they call it the Bear Lake Monster, but.
Yeah, they have one, and then Glacier, whatever Big Lake is up in Glacier National Park. They have their own, and it's on all kinds of merch. You could buy soda, like even in northern Idaho.
That's pretty cool.
Right? Yeah. I do it. It's marketing, but yeah, we don't really have like a Mothman. Not to diss Bigfoot. But also,
he's just basic.
Yeah.
Everyone has a Bigfoot.
Yeah. There was also something, so Bigfoot had been on my mind. I had found some things related to a project I was doing years earlier.
Sorry, I just had in my mind, I was thinking, I want to clip him saying Bigfoot's on my mind.
There's the hook. That's your Instagram
like,
hook.
yeah, the hook
Bigfoot's been on my mind.
Bigfoot's been on my mind.
Bigfoot's been on my mind for a long while. And this is my passion project to him. And I've been working on a documentary a couple years earlier on people who were in pseudosciences. And they're like people who are ghost hunters and stuff. That's kind of the lower level. But there's people in academia who believe in ESP or aliens. And the purpose of the documentary was to interview how that affected their fields.
Oh, okay.
You know, if people are like, well, you're crazy, you know, but then you're still doing good science. And one of the greatest examples of this was the professor of anatomy and anthropology at ISU in Pocatello, Jeff Meldrum. He is the world's leading Bigfoot researcher.
Really?
Yeah. And he's down in Pocatello. He has been featured on Finding Bigfoot hundreds of times. Destination Truth, all of those like Bigfoot hunting shows.
Destination Truth is such a baller name.
Oh, right? It was so good too. It was kind of the first of its kind and not take itself so seriously. It was so good. But he was a really interesting dude because he would do all this crazy, incredible science. My brother was about to have him. He recently passed. R.I.P.
Your brother?
No. Jeff.
Oh, dog! I was about to be like, we gotta stop the recording.
My brother was about to, and then I did whatever I was trying to do then. My brother was about to have him, and then Jeff Meldrum passed, so my brother was unable to have him as a professor.
Sorry, rip the professor, dude. I just can't believe I thought you were dropping that knowledge on me that your brother died.
Middle of a podcast.
I was like, your brother in the film we just did?
Yeah, so that's what I want to talk about. We had an accident.
Car crash, tragic, last week.
Set. But no, he passed. And what's really cool about him is he was the world's leading Bigfoot researcher, but he was also very, very invested in he would combine his work with his faith. He was LDS.
Oh, okay.
And it's crazy because a lot of LDS don't even know what his theories are, but he was like, well, here's all the Bigfoot tracks, and I believe that Bigfoot is a descendant of Cain.
He was a Cain Bigfoot guy.
Yeah, he was a Cain Bigfoot, which I didn't even know was a theory. But 9-year-old me went to a Comic-Con one time, like the Salt Lake City Comic-Con, and he was the only guy I wanted to talk to. And I went up and he signed my little notebook. And for some reason, I never put anything else in the notebook. I just had his autograph, and then we used it in the short film. So that's a little nod.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I just remember being there, like, oh, I've seen him on TV, and he just starts talking about the Bible and Bigfoot's here, but he's a messenger, and I'm like, oh, and then he's a professor. So I think that kind of channeled the whole vibe for what I wanted to capture, which was the people who are hunting for Bigfoot are insane. Whether or not he's real, these people are some wackadoo. And anytime I was watching Finding Bigfoot, even as a kid, I always kind of thought, like, what if he just shows up and starts demolishing? You know, you're not prepared for that.
Have you seen, what is it called, Willow Creek?
No.
It's a Bigfoot movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. If I remember, it's pretty good. It's a found footage one. Maybe we should watch that sometime. But yeah, it's like there's these two campers. They're like fiancés, and they go into the woods. I don't actually remember that much about the movie, but I do remember the ending where it's just this long, drawn-out shot of them in the tent, like hyperventilating, as you can hear like the calls of the big feet, if you will.
Multiple? Yeah.
Like, and they're like getting closer and closer, and it's so good.
Yeah. Because it's always fun to watch people who are very bold and like overconfident get their shit wrecked.
Right.
I don't know if you guys can swear, but
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
good,
can
good. Yeah. Get their shit rocked. It's fun when you're watching fail videos or stunts. But God, I wish Bigfoot were real just so we could have one clip of the dude out there knocking on the trees and doing the calls, just getting demolished. Oh, I don't know why. Maybe that's a shot in Florida kind of.
We basically have those, just they're with like monkeys. Yeah. We have videos of monkeys like ripping people's arms off.
Yeah.
Those exist.
Right.
So.
And then they're funny to a point, and it's just terrifying. And then you imagine what would an actual Bigfoot do.
Yeah. Speaking of monkeys, I guess apes, did you watch Primate?
No, that didn't look good.
I mean, yeah, not really, but
yeah. Was it?
It was definitely shocking. Like,
really?
It was better than I thought it would be.
Okay.
I mean, it's not revolutionary. It's not like got this great story, but you watch a chimpanzee rip people's face off.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
So I was pretty stressed throughout that movie.
Okay, so how would you compare Primate to just like the 9 minutes we get from the movie Nope?
I mean, that's hard because those 9 or so minutes are so impactful.
Right? Yeah.
Nope is a much better movie. The gore scenes in Primate are far scarier.
Okay, good.
But
I'm gonna have to check it out.
But that being said, I would if it was like
let's rewatch one of these.
Yeah, rewatch, or like I have to put one down like a dog, like Primate. I'm taking Primate out.
Yeah,
because
and I'm
Nope
not feeling
is so
too
good.
bad. Yeah, God, that's my dad actually kind of gave me the idea. It was like, why don't you do Bigfoot for Idaho? Because I was trying to think of, there have been a couple ideas in my mind about Idaho. We've had some serial killers. We have a lot of, for all the viewers who aren't in Idaho, we have a lot of recent like horrible killers in our area, and it's crazy. Like a ton kind of by Rexburg. And I didn't want to do anything about that. I wanted to do like 1800s because then I feel like it's almost like is it funny to laugh at it now?
Yeah.
Like you could do a movie about a serial killer and it's kind of like, oh, we can make it campy if it's like from 1860 cowboy, but if it's like 2 years ago, you're like, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, listen, I stopped reading the news.
That's probably good.
Because it makes me really mad and a mean guy when I hear too much of the news. So I don't know too much about what's going on. I remember when I was in college in Rexburg, there was a killer. They were on a killing spree. They had killed a certain amount of people, not in our town, but in close by.
Yeah.
And then there was also the Cove Creeper. You ever heard of the Cove Creeper?
See, they should speak leagues about what we're talking about because I don't know either of what he's talking about. So the fact that there's like so many that he just listed 2 serial killers within like a 30-mile radius.
Well, okay. The Cove. To be fair, the Cove Creeper is not a serial killer.
Okay.
He was
another rabbit man.
Sorry, my wife just texted me.
Being too loud.
She was telling me to put the dogs away when I come up. No, we're fine. The Cove Creeper was a man who...
Hot pools? I'm calling it.
No.
Hot Spring Cove?
No, there's probably something to do with hot tubs, but I lived in an apartment complex called The Cove.
Okay.
That's where I lived. There was a guy who we labeled the Cove Creeper, and he was all over social media because we had security footage of him breaking into women's dorms at night and like taking pictures of them and stuff. He never like assaulted anyone, thank God, but like
It's even because you're like, what is his?
yeah, well,
He's going so far as to break in.
he's breaking in and taking pictures, and I mean, it even went as far as like, you know, there were Instagram accounts trying to catch this guy. He would like make a burner and comment, or like we assume, but
Yeah,
like
could've
they
been a
did,
fake.
they did eventually catch the guy.
Did they?
But yeah,
Was he like a student?
yeah, just some dude,
Yeah, just some.
just some guy. But yeah, he was not a killer. There have been a few in
Isn't-
Idaho though.
Isn't that sad when it's like, it's local true crime, but it's not fun true crime?
Yeah, it's
like there's
just-
like how many Ted Bundy parodies or like inspired movies or documentaries are there? And it's like you can't do one about the Cove Creeper and be like, yeah, it's cool. Like it's just kind of like,
It's just depressing.
yeah,
and
let's
gross.
just stop talking about it. Yeah.
Well, one time,
Just a pervert.
I mean, you didn't go to BYU, but you probably know like the rules, like guys aren't allowed to sleep
Yeah,
over
yeah.
at girls.
Honor code.
Yeah. So I did spend the night at a girl's house once because she thought she was gonna die. Like she thought someone was trying to kill her.
Was it the Cove Creeper?
It was not the Cove Creeper. It was a
God, how
different, just a
many
different guy, dude.
That's a bold move on her part to be like, I have enough fear. I don't know the context, but I have enough fear that this dude's gonna kill me. I'm gonna invite this guy over and we're gonna break the honor code and he's gonna spend the night on my couch. How did she not know you weren't?
I guess I just had that vibe about me. dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
got that.
That's perfect.
I got that sweetheart vibe.
We watch a lot
But-
of horror movies. That's perfect setup.
No, but she had a roommate, a girl, who went out of town but told this random guy that he could stay in her room while she was gone. And then
That's a good roommate.
this random guy came with like a backpack and was like speaking to himself and pacing around and talking about killing people.
Oh
They call the police and he gets caught. They take him away. He had knives galore in his backpack. But they let him out on bail that night. And so she was terrified.
He's gonna go back to his last shelter. Yeah.
Right. So she
Yeah.
was terrified. So yeah, me and a couple other guys just like crashed on the couches and like made sure that he didn't come back and stab her. But
There's something in the water in Idaho. And we
Yeah.
get an odd number of creeps, and that's so funny. Yeah, my buddy's he's just gonna crash. He's
just like this schizophrenic man,
Yeah,
like on a
right.
manic episode.
got steak knives. Good God. Yeah. Well, we did. Going back to my dad gave me the idea for the Bigfoot because his biggest fear is chimpanzees. That is his. My dad's an ex-marine, ex-cop. That's his biggest. Like he's terrified. As in like look at watching videos. If one's in a movie, he's like I don't want to look. And it's because he grew up. I'll tell you this story, and this is kind of by primate. I don't know how true this is. He said he knew this family, and he swears by it. But this family had raised a chimpanzee from a baby, and everything was fine, and it had been fine. It was kind of living in their house.
Don't do that.
Right?
Don't do that.
The people of the '80s were a different breed. And
gosh.
oh, he knows it's Christmas time, and he wears people clothes. You're like, oh God, that thing's just a human shredder waiting to, the one that they're all based off of. Didn't that one that she like picked up, and it's the one that inspired Nope. Didn't like the neighbor come over and she's like, "Is this your Elmo toy?" And he's just like,
Gosh.
They're anyways, the story, they had to give the chimp up because it was like the size of a human, so they gave it to a zoo. And the crazy part is, it's not even this chimp that went crazy. It's not even the one that they raised.
Are you talking about the birthday cake?
Yeah.
I've heard this story.
Okay, so maybe
it must be real.
maybe it's real, or maybe
I
it's
think
just
we
rumor
talked
lemon.
about this story on the episode when we recorded Primate.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
because they show up, they've got the birthday cake, and they're like, "Happy birthday, Jojo!" And the other ape comes up, and he's like, "Why the fuck did they not bring me a cake?" And he's like another chimp in the enclosure, and I don't know, maybe it's different from your version, but in the version my dad always told me, the dude holding the birthday cake, this other chimp went right through the bars.
Yeah, ripped his cock off.
Yeah, real, yeah. Dude, this must be,
Dang.
we got to figure out who this guy is. Not the guy, but we got to figure
The
out what the story.
chimpanzee.
we gotta
have him on
get
the
him
pod.
on the show. Yeah, get this man up here. Borderline baseline is apes are terrifying, and that's what we want to convey.
They're crazy because they know exactly what's going to ruin your life the most. Like they're not going to like they're gonna pull off your dick because they know you want that.
Yeah. It's not,
they're messed up.
There's no like, I'm going to hurt this person so that I can gain something and like a survival. I'm going to eat him or it's just pure sadism.
Yeah.
Just pure, they're freaks.
They know it's going to hurt you, not only physically, but mentally.
Yeah.
They're messing with you.
Yeah. They're just smart enough to be deranged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychopaths.
Yeah. That's what I kind of wanted to convey with Giganto. And I'll be honest, and we're saying this for the podcast. This was kind of my first jump back on the saddle and doing creative stuff. I think we nailed a lot of the planning, and then in the execution, and then I think we should have done both shoot days back to back, because what really screwed us over was our location was destroyed the day after.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
We had been filming there, and it was this, and you could see in the short film, there's all this brush and trees and dead leaves on the next day. It is flat. And they had construction crews come in, and it was right by the Snake River, by that fishing pond. And we had got everybody's schedule for it, and then we're like, okay, we'll take a day. And it's just anybody who's, has some kind of project or game night or D&D group knows how hard it is to get 7 people back. And so I'm like, okay, we got my brother and the other guy back for a few retakes, but then it was too hard to get the other dude back into makeup and hair. He had a work schedule. And so we're like, so we pieced it together. It was kind of made on the editing room floor. And I'm proud of it. It's as close to my vision as I can get. And then there's just a few shots missing. But aside from that, I think I learned more on this than I did in my entirety of film school. Like
Really? Wow.
I do. Because it was the first time in film school. Anybody who's considering going to film school, you could DM me. I'm sure it's linked below. Please don't. You will spend at minimum like 2 years helping out on other projects. For the entire year, I never got to like do something on a set that wasn't. I got to work on 2 projects, and they were both VFX, and that was great.
Yeah.
The rest was doing like bringing food, and they'd be like, "Well, freshman, one of these days, when it's your turn, you'll get to direct your own." I'm like, "What am I paying for?" Giganto, we kind of made it. We planned it in like 2 months, and then we shot it in like a week. And I learned more doing that. Like, we got to do special effects, we got to do costuming, we got to do like location and shot logs and call sheets. That was something I don't think a lot of the people on set were expecting, because they're like, well, it's a student. But it made it so much easier when I'm like, okay, 8 p.m. the night before, here's everything we're going over, here's our shot log. I had planned out our VFX shots. I knew which ones need to be locked by tripod. So a lot of it went very well. There's a couple things that could have done better, but I think it was a great jump back in the saddle.
Yeah, I learned, I was not part of most of this process, but I learned some things too, because I always say on the podcast, like, we'll hear the budget for the movie we saw, and like, let's say the movie was just ass, but it cost like $40 million to make.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for the longest time, I've been like, give me $1 million. I'm sure I could make a good movie. Like,
oh my God,
I'm sure.
Yes.
How do you spend $40 million and make a bad movie?
Right.
But what I'm learning is that making a movie is hard. And, because we gave you some money to, do the effects and get like some costume stuff, props. And it took a while to get like everything together, and like even when you had all the stuff on the editing room floor, man, like there was a lot.
Yeah.
So just going into like picking like, okay, where is this gonna go, and how is this gonna, and how are we gonna move to the next thing? It's like, it's so much goes into it that I just don't even think about when I'm watching.
Right. And the good part is, especially at this level, and then you'd think in Hollywood, like those are the professionals doing it, but I guess, unions and stuff, like whatever money you can trade for sweat equity, so good. Like all those VFX cost nothing. The costume and the mask, most expensive thing. And then the dude was so terrified of like being on camera. But the guy who plays Bigfoot is the bouncer at the bar next to the one that I bartend on Saturdays.
Doxed.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. And his name,
and his address, and his mom
address.
Lives.
His number will be flashing below. But he had never really done anything, And we were talking with him, and he was kind of like, okay. He was really gung-ho about doing the project, but he was like, oh, you're going to do makeup and stuff. And we're like, yeah. I was then terrified because the more I started doing research about like silicone and stuff and latex, my biggest concern was I was going to like kill this man with a latex allergy. I don't know why.
With
like,
a what?
A
What?
latex allergy. Like you can, so like the liquid latex, right?
Well, I know people have allergies to latex, but can you die from a
If it's on
latex
your
allergy?
face, yeah. If it can
Oh.
restrict your, which I don't know how common that is, but
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh shit, it's me, and I'm pouring like chemicals on this dude. So like we were professional. He showed up at like 5 a.m. to my apartment.
Wow.
Like I had coffee and like breakfast and stuff, and then I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna sit you down in this chair in my 1 bedroom, 1 bath. You're gonna be right in the bathroom, and we've kind of got the makeup, and we're gonna put a towel around you. And then I did the test of latex on his arm, and then we waited like 20 minutes to make sure he wouldn't have. When you're watching the movie, there you could see the seams of the mask. I'm impressed with how it looks, considering we've never attempted something like this before.
Yeah.
I've always done post-production. I've never done like actual makeup, and it went pretty well.
And you're you had help on this, but you're kind of a one-man show.
Yeah,
putting this together.
My help was that actors were acting, and then they helped me carry gear to my car, and the rest was all me.
Yeah.
But like we were able to get a Bigfoot suit. It didn't fit as well, so we did the paper clips. We got him all suited up, the feet, the hands. We got fake prosthetic teeth. We did the mask, the foam, the silicone foam. We did the makeup. We did the wig. And then what helps is he has this incredible beard and this long Viking hair. And it just covered up everything perfectly. And it was like the same color of the suit. And I didn't even have to change anything in post. But that was kind of it. And then the real hard task was making sure we got every shot how I wanted it, multiple takes. These people have never acted before. And I was impressed with, one of the actors is my girlfriend, one's my brother, and one's a friend. Like that's.
And your dad makes an
And my
appearance.
dad! I forgot about my dad. My dad, I think, is my favorite part. That one line that he does. I think, yeah, I love that my dad was in it. He was excited about it. But the rest of it, the VFX cost nothing. It was just a shitload of time editing. But it was, I do a technique that's just like the most bare bones, rough compositing you can do. I know 3D. I do 3D for other projects, but like just this, any gore you see in this is me going on Amazon, finding Halloween props for sale, and then I just like Photoshop out the background, and if it's like a severed head prop Halloween decoration, I just take that and then I motion track it to the body.
Oh, wow.
And then I add blood effects, and then you add sound, and post-production is my favorite part.
Well, I was cracking up because many people don't know this, have some experience making movies. When I was a teenager, I made a series called Minecraft in Real Life.
No way.
And it had 8 episodes.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. And it was ambitious. On one
Yeah.
episode, we go to the moon.
No way. There is no moon in Minecraft.
No, we called it Minecraft in Real Life 8, The Final Frontier.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Was it
I die
VFX?
in that one. Yeah,
You
yeah, we
die
had
in
a
the
green
series?
screen.
No shit.
Yeah, when we were like 16 years old, we did this. I spent all of my money as a teenager, and my whole summer, I would fly to California where my cousin lived, and we would just shoot these. And
Were you flying for the purpose of shooting it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm-
Has this been publicly released yet?
No.
No?
And it won't.
If you want the Minecraft cut, if you want all 8 episodes, The Final Frontier, comment on Spotify or whatever streaming platform you're on.
Yeah,
Let's
you
make
know,
Max release this.
I'm not gonna release them because I know the other guy I did them with and like some of the actors wouldn't want them online, and I respect that because
respect
they
that.
are incredibly cringe. But if it was just my project, I would totally release it because they're hilarious.
Smash that button if you want me to deep fake Max's face onto all the other characters.
Right.
Then we can release it.
I don't remember why I brought up this story.
Because you were probably attempting VFX with.
Well, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, because we had to put me on the moon. We had a scene where we copied line for line the scene on Mustafar in episode 3 of Star Wars.
No way.
Where they fight. So we put ourselves on Mustafar.
You know what's crazy about that is I've been thinking about that all week because just yesterday, the company that I do 3D Blender Lego videos for, we released our first ever project that we've designed. It's a Lego set that we designed, and we have a Chinese manufacturer make it, and it's the Anakin Obi-Wan duel on Mustafar.
Nice.
And he gets the function is he flips up and then he gets cut in half. That released yesterday. We did a whole live stream about it.
I've
That's cool.
seen those videos that you showed me some, and they're super cool.
They're pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, this was not the first movie that we've made together.
No, no.
Because we made one a while ago, and I'll tell you what, I was the main actor in the first one we did. I did not love how it turned out, not because of anything you did. I did not like myself in it.
No, I think you did phenomenal. Also, that was for a contest, and we shot and edited it in one night.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty impressive for you not knowing any of the script beforehand. It was like the day before. I'm like, I wonder if Max can do it. And you killed it. You knocked it out of the park.
Well, thank you. I think I'm decent at delivering like lines, but when it came to like being afraid of this monster that is going to be put in post, like so hard, so difficult.
I will say, Max went above and beyond. This was the first project we ever worked on, and you did kill it with being afraid because this man recorded himself screaming, and it was like the most professional audio. And he sent me like a 1.5 minute MP3 of just him just like screaming. And, oh God, no! It was incredible. It was some great voice acting, and I used it in the short film. But you know what's crazy about that clip is I had downloaded it to like my phone, right? And then it was somewhere on my computer. For some reason, Spotify will like look through sound files on your phone, and it'll just be like, "Do you want to listen to this downloaded song?" And I'm like, "This isn't a song." Probably in like the 3 years since, once a month maybe, I'll be like, just put it on shuffle, or I'll be like, going through my phone, and I'm just like, "What is this file?" And I'll just hear your screaming, and it's always so professional.
Well, I remember why we did that is, well, there was a couple reasons. Number one, we didn't think we could get the audio right doing it live.
In my parents' house.
And number two, we were in your parents' house, and so it's like your parents are in the next room. I don't want to scream bloody murder with them like watching NCIS in the next room. Like, so
I think there's one scene. Anytime I watch that, there's one scene where you're like closing the monster is killing Max on Halloween for tricking them with candy. He's not giving out like good candy. And there's one scene where Max closed my front door, and you just see my big Great Pyrenees dog just like standing behind him, and it looks so natural, like it's like your dog and it's like your home. But it always cracks me up that it's like that is just my parents' house.
Yeah,
I think we killed it. We considered that set. We had the monster crawling on the ceiling.
Yeah, and you know what? That one was a lot of fun to shoot.
Yeah,
and we got it done quick.
And we learned a lot. And yeah, we'll have to do a sequel on the moon.
The Final Frontier.
Yeah.
No, yeah, well, we definitely should do another project at some point. Maybe we can do another contest or something. That would be a lot of fun. We did not win that contest, by the way.
No,
we lost.
It's funny because the people hosting that contest are now my competitors, and they're just a videography studio.
Okay.
And now it's like, it's crazy because they'll be like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And it's like, I'm trying to be like, "Yeah, I'm a competitor." And I also have clients. We're doing the same thing, but I'm also like, less than 2 years ago, I sent you, I'm like, "Can you please look at my movie?" And, and then
they were like, "Oh."
I'll see them at like events. I'm like, what are you shooting on camera-wise? "Oh, cool. You guys' business is good." And then like 2 years ago, I'm like, "Here's my scary movie. Take a look." And they were like third place, and I'm like,
we won third place on that?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. How many submissions were there?
20-something.
Oh, okay, that's not
cool.
bad.
I knew some people who had been into like film in like high school, and they had submitted it, and I was like, "Wow, this is pretty good." And it got like 15. So I think ours performed pretty well considering.
That's a lot better than I thought it did.
Yeah, we did good. Yeah.
Dang. You been watching any horror movies lately?
What have I been watching? I watched Bugonia. Could that be considered a horror?
Dude, I thought it was horrifying.
No, that was a great.
That was a great movie.
I had been kind of avoiding it. I'm like, oh, it's Yorgos. They're kind of artsy. I know I'll probably need to make a night of it. And I just threw it on, and it was pretty good. But holy shit, do those death scenes stick with you? Kind of ramps up to 11 towards the end. I liked it.
I liked it a lot. One of my favorite movies of the year. Did you have a favorite movie of the year in 2025?
My favorite movie, in 2025?
Yeah.
What were some 2025? I liked Weapons. That was my favorite horror movie of 2025. I thought that was incredible. I love Zach Krager. I love Zach Krager from the Whitest Kids You Know days when he was doing his comedy. And I really do think he is just a mirror of Jordan Peele. He just hasn't, he's just 5-8 years behind. But Jordan Peele had that sketch show, Key and Peele, and he did comedy. And then he's talked about in so many different talks about how comedy and horror are the exact same. You're just playing with the unexpected, and with people's expectations. Zach Krager did Whitest Kids You Know. It was so raunchy, so good. And then Barbarian, and then Weapons. I'm so excited for Resident Evil.
He's doing Resident Evil?
Have you seen the new trailer?
No.
Okay, there's a new Resident Evil. It's based off of like the good games, like some of the newer ones, but it's like.
Wait, that's crazy because every Resident Evil ever made has been bad. Movie.
Yes, he's doing it, and he's basing it off of I think it's Resident Evil 4, but it's very much you come to the house in the middle of the night. There's nobody there. You find a shotgun. There's no ammo. Now you have to. It feels like a video game. Here's your next objective, and I like those ones where you follow the characters. But yeah, the other ones were fine, but it was kind of like TV movie. I liked Weapons. What was your favorite 2025?
That is, I'd probably have to say Weapons as well, but only because I am struggling to think of what else even came out. I know Bring Her Back came out, which was really, really good.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, I think Weapons is better. But,
really? Okay.
But it is really good.
Yeah.
And there was a few good ones last year.
Yeah. What's been your favorite of 2026 so far?
Probably Hokum, dude.
Really?
And you haven't seen Hokum yet.
I haven't.
So I won't spoil it from you, but
get on it.
It's really good. I should have actually just invited you because we try to go to the movies together when we can. Sometimes I just forget to reach out, but
Max gets the big bucks from the podcast, and so he gets Regal Unlimited.
I do have Regal Unlimited,
and I'm over here paying $75 for a ticket. So yeah,
you don't have Regal Unlimited anymore?
No, because I don't go to. I'm busy,
dude.
Okay,
you're a poser. You can't film and not have Regal Unlimited.
You know what? I will get Regal Unlimited, but then we have to start going to movies again.
That's fair.
We'll make it,
I'm going every time there's a horror movie coming out. So.
All right, I will go, and I will start doing better on Letterboxd too. I've been ignoring some watches on Letterboxd because I'm like, what's the effort?
I don't write reviews anymore on Letterboxd because I don't even care. I don't even care what I thought.
Do you remember you remember when you first got Letterboxd and there was so much it was fun to think of something witty?
Yeah.
You're what's my favorite line from this?
I went through it all. I went from trying to be funny with a little quip to writing full on reviews to now I do a star. I give it a star review and then I'm done.
I'll tell all the fans this because you guys know Max pretty well. There's been a couple times, the first couple times I went to horror movies with Max after he started the podcast, he kind of told me about the podcast. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then this dude pulls out his notebook in the theater, and I was kind of like, what? And the first time, now you just take notes, and the last couple of times you haven't even really written anything down. But I remember the first time you were writing down lines that you liked for your Letterboxd review.
In the dark.
In the dark, yeah.
In the dark.
He's even good. He doesn't even sit in the back row with the flashlight. He's right in the middle, and then anytime there's an explosion on scene, he's like.
Yeah.
But I remember when
I don't do this anymore.
I remember we saw Godzilla -1.
I forgot about that.
It was so many emotions because I think I broke up with the girlfriend I took to that that night.
I forgot you even dated her.
Right?
That's crazy.
She was in the short film that we did. Remember?
Not the one I'm posting with this.
Not the one. Not this one. Different one. Yeah.
I forgot
it's crazy.
about that.
I kind of forgot about it too. But now I'm remembering Godzilla -1, and I remember being stressful, and I'm like, oh God, I think I want to break up with her, and this isn't working out, and it's kind of awkward. And then I'm like, okay, I'll just calm down. And I look over, and Max is sitting with his notebook watching Godzilla, and
I was locked in.
I'm like, we're watching two different movies right now. But then you know what? Godzilla -1 was so good, I forgot entirely about.
It was so good.
The second half, you're just like.
Dude, I need to rewatch that movie because Godzilla movies done right are some of the best movies ever. They're so good.
What are your thoughts on the Bryan Cranston Godzilla?
I really liked it when it came out.
Yeah.
I was 12.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really. I was probably a little older than that, actually.
Yeah.
I was probably 16. But I really liked it. Now, looking back, I find them to be a bit boring.
Yeah. In hindsight, I'm like, where is he? Where is he? And when you're watching it for the first time, it's kind of the expectation. And now I'm like, I know he's going to be on screen for 6 minutes.
And now the evolution of that series, because they've kept it going, I kind of don't like I don't know. I don't like it.
It's a Marvel.
It's like Marvel.
It's a Marvel.
Yeah.
The more you add, the more you cram in there, the more you lose what made it special.
I don't like what they've done with King Kong, really. I thought Skull Island was fine.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love Skull Island.
And I liked watching them fight, obviously. Like, watching King Kong and Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla fight is so fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the movies just didn't grab me.
The latest in the, like, whatever they call it, the monster cinematic,
Yeah.
Whatever they're calling it. I go, and there's a couple movies, I call it the Avatar appeal. I could not tell you a single plot of any of the Avatar movies or name any of but you go because it's incredible. You're
It's
like,
a spectacle.
whoa. Yeah, the VFX alone, even if you're not into VFX, you're like, this is incredible. I couldn't tell you, I just said I love Godzilla or King Kong Skull Island. I couldn't tell you the plot of that, but I remember like all the creatures. I'm like the spiders that were the trees.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of the wow factor. But yeah, I don't watch the Monarch TV show.
I forgot they were doing a Monarch TV
See,
show.
it's even more Marvel than you think.
Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, Godzilla -1 brought me back to Godzilla. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Have you seen Shin Godzilla?
No.
Or is that how you say
Yes.
it? Shin Godzilla? Yeah. It's pretty fun. It's another one of those where, I mean, I think it's one of the Japanese ones.
Yep. Because that's where it's showing him evolving and it looks painful. And it's just gross
cool.
and he's like,
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, and I think I saw, like, we bought it or we rented it for a few dollars, and it was this awful dub. Like, we didn't know it was going to be dubbed, but it was just this terrible dub, and so that kind of like hurt the experience. But watching him evolve and like get more scary looking is so fun.
oh, right? Yeah. That's the core. That's what I
Yeah.
think that's what they killed in -1. And now the new one's coming out. Like -1.
Is that what it's called?
I think it is. I think it's like, no, it's like 0.
-1's the third movie.
-1 and -1 are the same number.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah,
Where is
'cause they're-
+1? +1 is gonna be the.
I think aren't they calling it minus because it's like a prequel? And then +1 is supposed to be the very first one they ever made,
I
like
thought
in the 50s.
I thought they called it Godzilla -1. It was like some reference to like the destruction of Japan or like the downfall of Japan.
Oh, I thought of it more of like a. Yeah, I think you might be right. 'Cause
But
why would they make the Godzilla movie?
I'll
if
tell
he
you
had already
what, I
attacked
have
before?
like zero Japan history knowledge, so don't quote me on that. But I think I heard that it was like a reference to maybe like a famous quote or like a something about.
Yeah.
But Zero.
0. It's happening.
Now what can
we're,
that
We're
mean?
at the middle.
Yeah.
It's the sequel to -1, and then they're going to prequel to -2, and then they're going to jump ahead to half. After 0 is 1/2, and it's like a short film.
You truly can keep going.
Yeah,
Forever.
yeah. You could keep. There's infinite that you could go between Godzilla 0 and 1.
Yeah.
3/4. Yeah.
Dang.
He's almost there. What were we talking about? God, I love these tangents, but then it's like hard to backtrack.
Yeah. I mean, we were just chatting about movies, but if you could, you are mainly doing like media ads and commercials. Is that what you work on now?
A lot of social media, yeah.
Are you hoping to do another
Yes.
short film?
Yes, yes. So the gentleman who's in this short film, Alex, who plays like the first dude to get killed, Alan. He and we have a friend of ours who is a musician, who's a composer. We are hopefully going to shoot a feature this summer-ish. It takes place in Idaho. It's a little, not horror, it's a little more thriller, sci-fi, but it's very muted. It's called Helium, and it's been a script I've been working on since film school, but I think we've toned it down to a place where it's not going to be hard to shoot. It's just going to be lengthy. Kind of like with Giganto. It's like, do you trade off time for effort and money, to do one big one, or do you just take a long time? This is going to take a long time, but we have that slated. We have a script that's been locked. It's looking pretty good. And then I love short films. I think the secret to knocking them out is just like no hesitation. I think I need to get better at somebody, like, you have an idea, and I'm like, let's do it this weekend, and let's,
I've had an idea for a short horror film for a while, And it's kind of just been like, I don't really have the time to do it, but if I did have the time, it would be really fun. Because I think it would be pretty easy too.
Yeah.
The idea, and maybe I've told you about this before, is a mentally ill man comes home from work, you know, cracks open a beer, sits on the couch,
Okay.
and starts talking to himself, and you start hearing a voice talk back to him. And it's like this deep, you know, demon voice. And, you know, the concept is that he is either mentally ill or possessed and, you know, is talking to this demon in his house about how much his life sucks and how he wants to kill himself and stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to make it just goofy as hell. Like, it'll be like they're just chatting like they're friends, and then all of a sudden the demon's like telling him to pull out razors and slit his wrists. And like, just make it just like this like weird, like,
Weird dynamic.
I think it would be fun. I think it'd be really fun, and probably easy to shoot.
Yes, those dialogue ones are incredible, where you can watch basically the same 2 shots over and over, and it's the same setting, but it's just good dialogue that keeps you. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be
Maybe
good.
we'll have to do it sometime.
And then one that we kind of have in the works right now, and this is actually for a client of mine. I'll plug Affordable Bricks. If you have a Lego set that you want and you want it for like 1/4 of the price, go to affordablebricks.us. But the CEO is really cool. He loves like short films, and we've made a bunch of little ones for like reels. But then you kind of put it out there, and it takes a little effort on my time or on my part. But you put it out there, and then it kind of falters because it's social media, you know. So we're trying to invest more in like YouTube, because he says that, I mean, that keeps people involved. It keeps you subscribing, and then you can throw your own ads in at the end, you know.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do is, we have a horror one right now, and it's a little mixed media. But what I've learned, my biggest kind of skill acquisition of the last year has been making Lego videos in Blender and making them look realistic.
And they do. Like maybe we'll have to like link one in the show notes or something. But you showed me one, and I was like, "How are you getting the Lego to move like that?"
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm a complete noob, and there's just some incredible tutorials, and you get better, but it's not hard. It's a huge learning curve, but then it's not hard. You build the Lego set and like a 3D model, and then you export it to Blender, and then it's like add a light here, add a light, and it has detailed reflections. But the one that we're making right now is going to be a horror kind of thing, and it's called I Used to Play with Legos. And it's a man who sees his kid playing with Legos, and he just starts kind of having this like flashback of, and then the story of his trauma is told through Lego minifigures. And it's him at a play place like, you know, Blast Off or McDonald's, Blast Off in Idaho Falls, and he's like at his birthday party, and he's getting Lego sets, and he's got the little Lego guy, but he is like a minifigure, and the kids want to play with him. And he kind of goes to this area of the play place, and it's like the ball pit, and then it just starts bringing him to a liminal space. And it's kind of like the tubes. I mean, there's a couple liminal spaces that are basically what we want to do, but ours is based off of Blast Off in town. And he gets trapped there, and he finds this other little like kid who's been like, "Oh, I've been here for so long," and there's something hunting them. And so he gives this like little Lego guy, it's like an astronaut. He's like, "Hey, you know, you just keep this. I'll be right back." And he's trying to comfort this little kid. And then he comes back, but he can't get back to the little kid who's lost there. And so then it'll cut ahead to either, you know, me or somebody much older, and they're back in the actual real location, and it's real, not animated anymore. And he's holding like the little Lego toy, like the other half.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh." So it's fun when you can learn like another type of media and then incorporate that.
for sure.
I wish I had patience for claymation.
Speaking of, oh, dude, claymation is so cool, but yeah, you've got to really commit your life to it.
They're
if you
insane.
wanna-
And you can't like date. I'm sure I can't. I can't imagine like
Yeah.
bringing a woman home and being like, "These are my guys."
Do not touch
Yeah.
anything on this table.
This is my work. You like Wallace and Gromit?
And they just look so ugly,
Yeah.
just terrifyingly ugly.
Yeah.
Have you seen Stop Motion?
No.
It's a horror movie about a woman making a stop motion
Did this come out like last year?
a couple years ago, yeah.
And isn't there like some puppet? Oh, of course. God.
I mean, the claymation guys, yeah.
Isn't there like a clay guy? You know, I think I remember the trailer. But then I was like, maybe that was Oddity that I was thinking of.
It wasn't the best, but it was definitely captivating. Like I was interested in the story, and the claymation looked awesome. Like
Yeah.
I honestly wish we could have just had a movie of the claymation story,
Right.
Because that was very scary. It was about like she was making a claymation movie about a little girl who gets lost in the woods, and then she like finds a little cabin, so she barricades herself in the cabin, and then there's this man who comes out and wants her to come out, and she's like terrified. It's
terrifying.
It's really scary,
Yeah.
actually, and
it's clay.
the clay figures look disgustingly horrifying.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Isn't that crazy? Like, that is the one medium that I think is underutilized for claymation. Is people always talk about the uncanny valley and I
Yeah.
don't like that cartoon. That's the sweet spot.
It is.
If you don't have to be good at claymation because when it looks bad and you light it poorly,
when it looks
oh my
bad, it
God.
looks good.
Yeah, your mind fills in the blanks. You know what I've always thought would be a killer short film that would perform so well on YouTube and would just be fun to make. Do you remember they were on YouTube? I guarantee you know this just because you're that guy. Do you remember on YouTube the Russian homunculus videos?
I don't know if I know what you're talking about, but I vaguely remember a guy who was trying to make a homunculus.
Yeah, and he's like injecting an egg.
He's injecting an egg and trying to, and kind of does,
Yeah.
make a homunculus.
And he like keeps it in a fish tank. So it was revealed that he's now passed. R.I.P. I don't know why I keep doing. Yeah, that's what it should be. R.I.P. He's now passed, but he was a filmmaker, and that was like the only thing he ever made, and it is fake.
Oh, it's fake.
Yeah, his
Okay.
kid came out and was like, my dad loved this project, and they're all Russian, and so that's kind of why like it was kind of a mystery over here, because in Russia you could read the description and it's like short film concept.
You know, that is such a relief that it's fake, because if it wasn't, it has some major ethical implications.
Well, yeah, I remember watching as a kid, like you'd watch so many of the YouTube autoplay, "Are gnomes real mermaid sightings?" You know, and you'd be like, "Whoa!" And the homunculus videos would come up, and you would always be like, "Oh," and it'd be like, "It shows a guy," and it was never the original one.
Yeah.
And it's because he would make it like 20 minutes long, which is long, way too long and boring. But then that adds to the believability. If it was like 3 minutes and something happens, you're like, oh, it's fake. But if it's 20 minutes, you're like, this dude's just recording. But like it was like a little clay, it was like a starfish, and then it grew an eye in a later episode, and then he throws a goldfish in, and the goldfish gets electrocuted by the creature. Like a little tentacle comes out.
It's such a cool idea.
Right? So if we want to venture into claymation, I think that would be a good one to redo, and then like
I
not
know
found
for a
footage.
fact I would not be good at claymation.
Right, but I mean, it's sitting in a fish tank. We could put salt in the water and
That's
kind of
true.
obscure it.
It's a little different. It's kind
Right?
of just a prop at that point.
Especially if you put like, you know, what'd be crazy is if like he like tries to feed it a fish, like your character, and it's kind of like, you know, the glass refracts it, so we can't see the thing moving, but like we've got like a pipe cleaner in there moving,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the water, like the fish disappears, and then just red food coloring.
Have you seen Mad God?
Phil Tippett?
Yeah.
I don't. Okay, so that was one of the ones I watched while blazed out of my mind. I went through a little pot phase in film school when I was like, I'm an artist now. That's not a movie you should be watching while under the influence of anything.
No, that would make you feel like you have died and gone to hell.
It was you feel like that sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad God is such a spectacle. It's so cool and good looking and interesting and so boring.
Yeah, I wish he had a plot.
Yeah.
It was so hyped up too. It was like he spent 20. Isn't he Yoda?
I don't
pretty
know.
sure
I don't know if
he's
he
Yoda.
did that. He may have. I know he did Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because he's
dinosaurs.
been in everything and he's a phenomenal puppeteer. But then it was like he spent 20 years. You're like, oh, it's got to be good. And then you're just like, it just looks kind of like a Deftones music video.
Yeah, that's like 2 hours long.
Yeah. It's just like cinematic B-roll, and you're like, okay, yeah. Mad God. Don't watch Mad God or Skinamarink while smoking weed.
That's right. You watched Skinamarink High, which is funny because that's another one where it's like all vibes and no plot.
Right? But when you're high, it's like it's still, even now, I think that's the only way you can watch that movie because, God, the amount of fear coursing through my veins, I have never felt fear. I don't think, and I remember audibly thinking to myself, like the next day, I'm like, I have not felt fear like that since I was like 5 years old. And I was afraid to like walk down my parents' hallway. It was so terrifying inducing, and there's nothing. It's nothing.
Have you seen the short film it's based on?
Yes, I did after you recommended it, and you said it was better, and it was.
I feel like it's better just because it's shorter. I mean, it's like the same premise, but it's only like 15 minutes long, and you get kind of the same vibe and feel from it, but you don't have to sit through like an hour of looking at the ceiling and then the corner and then. So in that way, I think it's better. But
A little more substance would have gone a long way.
yeah,
Because, I mean, you know it's like some demon that tracked him, and if you could get just a little bit more, just give me a little rope to...
reminds me of a movie. Have you seen Seder?
No.
Okay. Another kind of just vibe movie where, if I remember correctly, there's like no dialogue.
Uh-huh.
And it's just about like a man and his brother who live in the woods who like are slowly being taken over by this demon.
I'm in already.
And it's like, there's parts where you're like, man, the idea of this is so interesting and scary, but also nothing is happening.
Is it kind of folky?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta, when the folk ones can do no dialogue and no plot, that's when it, like I remember watching The Witch and being like, I hate this, nothing's happening. I went home and I'm like, I told my friends, I'm like, The Witch is not a good movie. I did not. And then in hindsight, like, it was
The Witch is, I
incredible.
think, one of the best horror movies to come out in a while.
Yeah, yeah. But it was different for me. It was
It's
like
very
the first time I've
different,
seen something like that. That was that Robert Eggers first?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is first. I believe so.
Yeah. Because it was that, Lighthouse, Nosferatu.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
All bangers.
Yeah, all bangers.
I think Lighthouse is one of my favorites.
You showed me that one.
Did we watch Lighthouse
You showed
together?
me Lighthouse for the first time, and it was incredible. And I remember being like, this is going to be boring. And then I'm like,
The thing is, like, it's such a hard movie to show friends because I showed some friends in college and they were bored out of their minds. And I'm like, yes, it's boring.
Yeah.
But it's also hilarious and terrifying.
Yeah.
And so cool. Like,
it's one of those ones where you only dislike it because you don't know what it is, and then once you finish it, you know exactly what it is, and you're like, oh, now I can enjoy what I was supposed to the first time.
that was the weirdest and one of the best theater experiences I ever had going to see that movie because it was my first year of college. I was living with my cousin at the time, and he was just like, hey, do you want to go to the movies tonight? I was like, yeah, sure, what's playing? And he's like, I don't know. I heard this movie, The Lighthouse, was playing. And we watched the trailer, gave us no information about what the movie is. So we're like, surely it's not just two guys blackout drunk dancing around and speaking
hysteria.
Yeah, like that's exactly what it is. And not only that, but we brought my uncle because he was just in town and like he likes weird movies.
Yeah.
Watching the mermaid fish pussy part with my
shocking.
cousin and my uncle next to me, I'm like, this is maybe the oddest experience I've ever had in my life.
Your uncle's like, he really does like the artsy movies. Yeah, this is well, good buddy, this is out there.
Yeah. This is
They didn't have to.
But it was really fun. Really fun.
I was about to say they didn't have to go down on that shot. They didn't have to like. Zoom.
No, they
but then
really.
I'm like, but now as I said that, I'm like, they did because that was why he's going crazy.
Yeah.
It's a man who's like, I just want a woman. And it makes that's the great part about Lighthouse. Just you're watching the scene, you're like, this is terrible, and then like, but of course.
It's like why. I don't know why these men are sexually attracted to the lighthouse.
Right.
But I need to know.
Yeah.
I need
and
to
it's
know.
almost like I remember watching it and being like, is this going to be some kind of like sexual tension between them? And then you're like, oh, it's like a love triangle.
Yeah.
It's like they're both competing for the love of the light, you know? I just saw it. So I have a goal in mind. You know how some people are like, oh, you can only watch Harry Potter if you've got the lights turned on and the candles going on because that's like.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's certain movies where like you have to watch it in this environment. Skinamarink, you have to watch high, right? Okay. I just saw this dude. He said, I watched The Lighthouse by myself. I have no TV in my new apartment, but I have a projector, and I had like the wall wasn't good. So what I did is I took tin foil and I taped it, and it was like wrinkled, but it's literally a silver screen. And he said, and I sat in a wooden chair and I poured myself just whiskey all night and I watched Lighthouse. And he said, and I think it was how it was intended to be watched. Yeah. And he's like, even just the crinkle of because it's 1:1 aspect ratio. Yeah. And so he's like, I mean, you're watching it it feels like one of those old steel pictures, you know?
That's so cool.
So we're going to have to find horror movies and we're going to have to look up like, okay,
what's the way it was intended to be watched?
Like, what's the one where the missionaries are in his home?
Heretic.
Heretic, yeah. You might want to need to bake a blueberry pie before that to like get in the vibe. Or before Hereditary, you might need to drive past a bunch of
Chop
telephone
off your head
poles.
with a
Yeah.
piano wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pledge your allegiance to Payman or whatever his
To
name
Pie-
is.
Yeah.
Man. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming over and having this little thing with me. I think it was really fun to be able to do this project with you. Hopefully we can do something more in the future.
More to come. This was a good first one, and thank you for your trust and your support.
Yeah.
It's great to have someone who's worked with me before be like, hey, let's do another one.
Yeah, man, I just like doing things different. Like I love doing this podcast. We do it every week, and I just wanted to try something new. So we tried something new, and that was cool. If you've been hanging out with us and listening to this, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.